Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, we're going to be messing around with the Vocal Tune Pro plugin. It's an AV3, and it's lots of fun.
Oh, yeah!
But first, we're going to kick off with a stellar collaboration by a group of people who go by the name Heckaron J. This is Midnight Train.
Long ago, I made the moving picture show. I made the drugs that rot your lungs. I made the wars and gangs and guns. But as Lucifer, I left my throne just so I could rock and roll. What you do keeps me running like a train rolling down the track. And burning and rolling over me.
Boom.
Boom.
Hello, welcome to the show. Some applause for that, definitely. So, what they call themselves again? Hetgeron J featuring Ron Ward on the vocals, Gary Hubbs on the bass guitar, Hetriani on the lead guitar, and the GJ, Adriano, I'm guessing on guitar as well. Pretty fucking sick. Got to remember 15 seconds. It's all right. That went for 4 minutes. It's all good. Swearing on YouTube, man. YouTube changed their terms and conditions again. More changes. I'm going to talk about it at the start of the show because we need to talk about it. Who am I? I don't know. Thanks for this logo for letting me know, Jade. This is How to App on iOS, where every day we take a look at apps and music creation stuff, even video, mental health and well-being. Awesome interviews like we had last week with the amazing folk punk and a performance on the weekend as well, which surprisingly enough was the best performing short I had this week on YouTube. Weird. Whatever, YouTube. You do your thing. Also want to welcome our Wart Warriors for $1 a month. You can become a Wart Warrior and you get custom emojis in the chat, and we have little special secret shows that happen for our Wart Warriors. You just got to go down the description and click the little join link, and there you go. You're all done there. Firstly, let's cover a couple of things here. Thomas Christ isn't with us today. He's visiting his mum, and finalising some things. So well wishes to Thomas. We always miss Thomas when he's not here. So just giving him a shout out because he's awesome and we love TC. There you go. Let's welcome everybody here who's in the chat, and then we'll get down to business today. We'll get taking care of business. Leela L'Reality, another amazing mod here on the channel. Gary Hubbs, the man, the myth, the legend, the pizza slice, who ended up joining Gazizi top at the end of the Chat GPT story we made up about him yesterday. Chris Lane Sr. is here, another legend. Audible Video, what's going on? Kim Harden Hudson, another one of our amazing ladies who moderate this ridiculous show. Cold Acre, sneaking in late. Hello, another moderator there. Boom. Good to see you, James. I'll talk about you in a second. Pete Johns, what's happening? There's Mr. Peter John. Peter Johns is here, and he's got a show coming up after this called YML, and I will boot you over there. I'll dump you over there. I'll unceremoniously you over there after the show, and you'll hear some groovy music for about 2 hours from the land of YML. We love YML, don't we? Let's see. Let me do a search, a third-person prod. I hope that's productions. You're not just like prodding people in the third person. What am I talking about? Who knows? Gregory O'Sullivan, welcome aboard as well. Welcome to you all. I hope you all had a good weekend or still dealing with the end of your weekend. It is Monday morning here in Australia. And we're getting ready for another big week of stuff. So let's talk about YouTube, shall we? Let's briefly talk about YouTube before we get into it. YouTube have quite famously, in a way, and not famously, changed their terms of service for their monetization and such over the start of the year. They sneakily put out this new update about swearing and stuff and violent content on video games, which is affecting quite a few channels. It's a little bit of overreach, somewhat, a little bit crazy. But anyway, so I got sent my updated terms and conditions for the new shorts monetizations that is happening from February 1st. And within those new details, there was something very interesting in there. And I can see on one point, some of it makes sense, but on the other point, there's something a little bit scary that is in there. And one of those is, so from here on in, if you're monetized on YouTube, you will be earning money from shorts. And from what I believe, it's only like 45% of overall pool from all your shorts kind of thing. Anyway, that's not the problem. I'm not worrying about that. The problem is with one of the terms they changed is, and there's a lot of people up in arms, and I'm bleeding, yay. And I just started bleeding on my chin for no reason. Look at that. Isn't that good? Nice one. out of a pore in my face. Wow. That's what living with ITPs all like, folks. You just start bleeding anywhere for no reason. Now I've lost my train of thought. All right, so basically, YouTube now can go back to any of your videos. If you've released a video, say, 5 years ago, and it had something in it that YouTube don't like anymore, and they can go back and they can demonetize you, and they can recoup the money that you made. They can actually take back the money that you made on a video that you made 5 years ago when these rules weren't in place. Just think about that for a second. That's like me having a job, right? And me having a nose piercing and working there for 5 years, and then I leave the job, and then they contact me a year later. I've left the job and saying, we've got a new rule on nose piercings, and you've broken that rule, and you owe us 45 grand in back pay. It's mad. It's crazy stuff, and it's something's got to be done about it. Now, the reason they have done this is not for that, but this is the knock-on effect. That what they're trying to do is stopping people gaming the system, using bots to pump up their views and using bots to scan through ads, right? That's what they're trying to do. So anybody who's used bots to bullshit the system and cheat the system, they can go back and hopefully catch those people and make them pay the money back. But what has happened out of this is they can proactively now go back and take any of my videos, and if I've done something that back then was okay but now isn't okay, they can take my money. And it's not as simple as that, Cold Acre. It's not about don't pay it. It's about they take it out of your money before they pay you. It's not a good situation. It's not good. Adpocalypse Part 3 Electric Boogaloo? Absolutely, Pete. And it seems like it's the content creators who are copying it, who are the ones copying it. So, but the big movies and cinemas and game companies, they're releasing, previews of their games and stuff that aren't getting demonetized. But people, for example, playing a video game, they're showing a walk along of a video game, has a violent bit in it from 5 years ago, say Grand Theft Auto. There's a lot of channels here who use Grand Theft Auto, yeah, on their for their streaming, and it's a really incredibly violent game. And now, because of all the rule changes, those videos are going to get messed up, and people could have to pay the money back. It's odd. Now, in saying that, I do love my overlord boss, Google, and I will toil in their sugar caves because I love doing this. This is the best job in the world, so there's nothing better than doing this. It's so much fun. But I really hope they reconsider some of this stuff because it could really, really affect some people. So let's hope they listen, maybe, and kind of work out a way to get the people who are cheating the system and not screw over everybody else. That would be good. Let's hope they do start listening a little bit. Hello, Feisty Feather. Hello, Robbie. What's going on? What's going on? Anyway, I've had my rant, so I'm not, trust me, I'm not sitting here stewing over it. It's not ruining my life. It hasn't happened to me yet. So... Hey, Rhett, what's going on? The Mixed Club, there he is, the Mixed Club there. Barry Glenn and Joe Glenn, I just want to say thank you to both of you. You know what I'm thanking you for. You guys are very, very awesome, and I was pleasantly surprised when I woke up in the morning. Anyway, Princess, there's the Princess LDG. She's rocking it. She's got a new song out too. I might be playing that this week. All right, we've covered all that stuff. Have I missed anyone? I hope not. Yes, I will be. Yes, exactly. Audible video. I bow down to our Google overlords, and I will toil in their sugar caves. Exactly, Pete. Everything will be fine until it isn't. Whatever. What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? I think it's only going to be extreme cases that it happens anyway, so there's no need to get upset, but we should be talking about it. Hey, Hey, Nikki Tedesco, what's going on? Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well in Hawaii. So, what are we doing today? Well, first, we're going to pop over here to this little fancy website and talk about any price drops that we have. So, 4 Pockets have a few little savings going on over here. A few little savings. Evolver FX is down from $9.99 to $5.99. Helium, a wonderful app. Progressions, a wonderful app. Both on sale, $10.99 to $7.99. And Progressions, $8.99 to $5.99. So, get them while they're hot. Hot chips, man, they're burning my mouth. You got it, Cold Acre? Doubler by Nembrini on sale, about half price, $9.99 to $4.99. All these session apps are still $2.99. There's a whole slew of them. Really cool for making backing tracks and kind of stuff like that if you want to jam to. There we go, we've covered that. But today we're looking at this little bugger here. Can I say bugger without getting done by the Google police? I don't know. Bugger. Exactly, Cold Aper. Cold Aper? Cold Apier. Apier insurance for old people. There we go. Vocal Tune Pro. So what is the caper of this crazy little app? So there is a DAW that is available called Audio Evolution, which I am such a slack ass, and to the developer, it's coming, man. It's coming. I've been working on learning every single bit of it for ages, and I'm ready to do my show probably in about 2 weeks' time. And we're going to do a massive walkthrough of this DAW, which is really incredible, called Audio Evolution. But what the dev, Davy, has done is one of the in-app purchases in Audio Evolution is this new Vocal Tune Pro. And you can buy it as an in-app purchase. But I think he's used his brain, looked around and gone, hang on a minute, there really isn't anything that's really solid out there that does voice tuning that is a standalone AUV3. So he's decided to release this as exactly that, standalone. It is free, asterisk, to download. So it's free to download, and you get to play with it for a long period of time, but it has some moments in it where there'll just be silence, right? And then you can pay for the in-app purchase, and we're going to click the little App Store link, because I can't remember how much the in-app purchase is. I just know Australian is $10.99, so I'm guessing it's like either $6.99. I think that's what it is. I think it's $6.99. You can quote me. I'm calculating Apple's weird conversion rates. I'm guessing $6.99 US. And then you can unlock the whole thing. Yeah, exchange rate is so stupid. So what do you get? Let me see. The app is free to download. So it has a 3-day trial. During this trial, silence will be played occasionally, so randomly. To unlock the full functionality as an in-app purchase, just purchase it and you'll be happy. So why is this something that is needed? Well, there's a lot of people who love vocal tuning and that kind of effect, retuning, all that kind of stuff. And like the one in GarageBand, you can use this really subtly, or you can use this over the top. And it has a really interesting feature with a vibrato setting. So if you've got vibrato in your voice and you've added some vocal tuning to it, then and it's taken out your natural vibrato, you can actually add that back in. Or you can go totally T-Pain if you want, or you can just add it subtly as well and really not hear a difference. But we're going to open it up today with a friend of the channel, Song, who's here in the chat. And his name's Pete Johns, and we're going to auto-tune the absolute out of Pete Johns' voice. I know that's what you're all hanging for today. And there he is. That's important. Tuning destroys good vocal book, because Pete's got some pretty nifty vibrato. You know, he's got a little bit of nifty bravado going on. So we're going to destroy Pete's voice and turn him into Pete to Pain. Sure. Whatever. Let's open up. I've got 2 projects actually with Pete in here. Which one shall we go first? Shall we do work in progress first? Sure, let's do it. All right. Let's have a listen. And I think I've got it attached.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up, you might get fed up. Maybe you just need a helping hand. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubts and things to know and learn about. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. When everything just feels so hard, you need to strive and you'll go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you show up, you'll shine and they'll see what you are. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. As we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. The shame and pain you feel inside, perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. And what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. 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 Nobody's got it figured out.
Love Pete Johns, man. Pete Johns, perfect voice to play with it because he's got a very clear and clean voice. And you heard at the end there, it really got messed up there. You can do some pretty amazing stuff with this and change the utter key of this thing completely. So let's have a look at the interface, and we'll click here and go back to a minor scale. Hello, Omni. What key was that in, Omni? I'll just wait for you. Tick tock, time's ticking by, Omni. I'm gonna have to time you out. Nah, A minor, well done.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
All right, nice one. So let's bring this in and have a look at what is going on. So in here, you've got a whole bunch of things to do. So you've got the retune time here. Yeah, you've got the retune amount over to the right. Yeah. And we have our retune time. Down here is where we have our vibrato section. So we've got a depth, a rate, a pre-delay. If we double click on this, it'll bring it back, and a rate delay. So this section down here is just for vibrato and nothing else. Up the top here, we have our little section that we can choose our key. So we have all the keys that make up all the colors of the rainbow. and we have a whole bunch of scales. A lot of them you're probably not going to use, but we've got a chromatic, major minor, harmonic minor, melodic minor, Ionian, Dorian, I always fucking Fuggian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Areolian, Areolias, Locrine, and monotonic. Is that how you say it? Monotonic, which is for creating robotic sounds and stuff like that. That last one, the mono one. So you've got all of those to play with, and pretty simple stuff. We've got a little settings here, yeah. And in your settings, you can change the reference pitch from 440 hertz to whatever you like, yeah. And also, in the settings here, you've got the about, you've got contact support if there's any problems, and you have a handy-dandy little help thing here if you get lost, right? So, now you'll notice when I change scales, you can see certain keys are removed from the keyboard here when we change them. So all that's really good. We can go down here and certain keys are changed. Now you can go in individually and pick keys. So when they turn black, that means they are no longer in this scale. Well, you know what I mean. So there's black keys in there. But when they go really dark black, hello, deep gravity, what's going on? So now, within this weird scale, it's a horrible scale. If we go and play back Pete without any vocals, we're going to...
We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up, or you might get fed up. Maybe just need a helping hand. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubt and things to know and learn about. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it.
So you can say, you can really get in there and absolutely screw the hell out of this. Yeah? You can turn this into a totally different song, make it sound utterly rubbish. You can do whatever you want. It's pretty fun. And here's the best bit. So a lot of these vocal retuners or auto tunes or whatever you want to call it, they are absolutely dog's bollocks when using them live in real time. This is made for real time. So if you've used any of these before, you'll notice there's always a really big delay, no matter how good a audio interface you're using or your mic and whatever, and you've got the tightest setting for recording. This thing is really tight. So I've had experience with lots of them. When you try and sing along with it, there's like so many milliseconds delay, and it's just impossible to sing along if you're recording auto tune in. Plus, because this is an AEV3, remember, you can sing into your DAW, whatever your DAW it is you use, whatever the thing that floats your boat, and you can add this as an AEV3, and then you can remove it, and it's not going to affect your vocal performance. It's not baked in or anything like that, because it's just an AEV3. Turn it on and off, mess with it to your heart's content, and you should be absolutely good to go.
Nobody's got it figured out. When everything just feels so hard, you need to strive and you'll go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you...
So how does this work? So we've got our retune time here, this first knob here, and this decides how fast it's going to react to take the note that's being sung and pitch correct it. So you can start at 0, and that's where you're going to get your T-pain effect, and the highest amount is 250 milliseconds. So that's where you're going to get more of a natural kind of sound happening. and more subtle because it's taking more time to do it and it's sliding into place, yeah?
If you show up, you'll shine and they'll see what you are. Because we're all just a work in progress.
So it's still working.
Got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it.
So subtlety is always the key with these things. Absolutely. Until we have a dedicated Melodyne app, which, speaking of this wonderful app here and talking about Audio Evolution, the door that we're going to take a look at very, very soon, I do promise, in Audio Evolution, there is not only this app as an in-app purchase, but there is a version of Melodyne in there as well for iOS. So it's the first time we've actually got a real Melodyne in there. And I'm really looking forward to doing that app because, you know, Melodyne's an incredibly powerful vocal processing app that is, you know, only really found on PC and Mac at the moment. There's a couple of apps that are trying to do it, but they're not really AUV3s. Hello, Roque. I hope you're doing well. Anyone who I've missed you. Yeah. So you can hear there very subtly, if you're using this retune time, you know, at a higher amount, bringing this amount down,
Got it figured out.
it's just going to be nice and subtle in there.
The shame and pain you feel inside.
Now you can hear
Perfection
Pete's got a lot of vibrato in his voice.
is why you hide. Trust in yourself and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in...
Absolutely, you can still hear it. It's still in there, but we have the amount set at the moment to 38% level and 204 retune time. So it's still in there, definitely in there, but we can pull it right back and make it subtle as we want.
In progress, nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. All just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up, or you might get...
So as always, I hardly ever use vocal tune. I'm old school, I guess. That's me. You know what I'm saying? If I do use it, it's going to be on like a backing track that's really low in the mix. That doesn't matter because sometimes it depends on the vocal track. Sometimes I'll do something that's absolutely out of my range and I've struggled to do it, but it's really low, really not noticeable anyway. It's something like a screaming track, and just to neaten it up a bit. And again, I'm never going to like put on this ridiculous T-Pain thing. And when I say ridiculous for me, not ridiculous for you. So don't take offense at that because every artist is unique and is searching for a different kind of sound for their voice. So, you know, vocal, I think I saw, what's his name? Rick Beato do a video, what was it, a couple of weeks ago saying how auto-tunes destroyed rock and roll and all this kind of stuff. But the thing is, as he said too, it's in everything. It's everywhere you look. So many songs that we listen to and really don't know it's there. It's in there to some degree because it just snaps things together, and it depends what you're looking for. So, you know, hey, if you know somebody is using a vocal tune or auto tune or anything like that, be nice. Don't be a prick. Let them do their thing, man. If it's not for you, shut the fuck up. Let people do their thing. No gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? And even me telling you to do this is gatekeeping. So shut up, Jade. Move on. All right, so let's explain these vibrato things here, what they do exactly. So your vibrato, you've got a depth. So the vibrato adds back artificial vibrato that's been removed by pitch correction, which definitely can happen when you're using heavier pitch correction, clearly. Hello, Axioms Underground. So these little sections down here will bring back that pitch for you. And the depth is the intensity of the vibrato effect. So this is how much vibrato there will be. The rate, of course, is the speed of the vibrato. So there's your speed of the vibrato. The pre-delay determines how much time needs to pass before the delay kicks in. So that's up to you to go and listen to the vocal without any effects on it and see what the gaps are in that vocal performance, what the average of the gaps of the length of the note before a vibrato. People kind of, it's not something that you do think about often as a vocalist. I think about it all the time because I'm a vocalist and I know where my vibrato kicks in. It's quite, I kind of got a little bit of length there, probably, maybe 250 milliseconds. That's not precise. I'm just talking bullshit. But if you go back and listen to the performance, it'll give you an idea of how long that should be, and it's just an average, and that should be enough to help. And that's our pre-delay, and you've got up to 2,000 milliseconds there, so you can really reel that in. I could put, mine say 300. And then we've got a rate delay, the amount of time for the vibrato rate to ramp up to the set value. This will give you a more natural start to the vibrato. So, so when you think of vibrato and it starts off, the vibrato normally will start off smaller and then get bigger as it goes on to tail out. Yeah? So this will give it a bit of a more natural feel the longer that it's ramped up. So it's taking that time to get to the full range of the vibrato.
Fed up, maybe just need a helping hand, because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubt and things to know and learn about, that we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
So you can hear Pete's just a little bit there on that out.
So hard. Nobody's got it figured out.
So there's a little vibrato out. He's got a little tail there, so you wouldn't really need to go in there. So Pete's, and there we go. There's our professor in the chat there, Omni Collective. The LFO of Jade's vibrato is about 250. See, I was close, wasn't I? See? And Pete's is a little slower. There you go. So if we're going to Pete's here, thanks. I'm going to start calling you the professor. Is that cool, Omni? The pro, the professor. No, I'm not calling you the pro. That could be taken as a sexual way. Let's set the delay here for Pete's to about what Omni says. What, 170 something? Get up there. Two. There we go. That'll do. The prof.
The shame and pain you feel inside, perfectionist, is why you hide. Trust in yourself and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. But what we know, we all have time and room to grow.
So I do apologize, Pete, for singling you out and playing along. I know you're probably sitting there going, for you, Jade, I'll get you back. But, you've just got such good music to do. And I couldn't find anybody else's project quick enough. I was running late. Ask Audible. He was sitting there watching me stress out this morning. So there we go. That's how it can be used, and very subtly. So I took off all the effects there on Pete's track as well, just so you could hear it a bit cleaner. Because you remember, when you start adding effects and stuff like that, it has an effect. Get it? Boom. So you got to take all that into consideration as well, and where you're putting this vocal tune in your chain. So remember, here in GarageBand, say you can move these things around your chain as well. Remember that. So actually, was just thinking that I'd watch more of Jade's shows if they always involved you. You're always involved, Pete. Somehow. So there you go. There it is in GarageBand. Let's open it up as an AUV3 and let me sing through it in real time so I can show you the lack of delay that's in there, the real-time sound that you're going to get, which is really cool. Hello, Zach Thong. Hope you're doing good. Boom. What time is it? 8:43, and we're finally getting to me doing a bit of sing-song. Sing-song, sing-song. Let's do it. So we got AUM. I've got a track open here. We have a microphone. Let's load this up. Let's turn off this mic. Hello. Yeah, baby. So we're in AUM. We got what I'm going to do first is go to this monotonic. Now isn't that fun? What you can do with this monotonic? So I only have the keys of C selected in my. Wow! Now I sound. Now I sound like a robot. Oh, good times. We can add a few more notes in here. Let's go with a major. C. Now you can hear real time, right? Right. I'll hold that C note. I'm not like, I don't have perfect pitch, but you see, it didn't take me long to get to a C. See, hear that vibrato that's going on. That's not me. So you can hear that natural vibrato going on. Let's turn that rate delay up a little bit. Hello, baby. So pretty cool. I can hear that vibrato actually going on, happening underneath there. So you know that it's real. The vibrato is actually, it's in there. Now, a lot of people are going to like open up something like this and go, hang on a minute. I don't, what key? What? I don't understand. Chromatic major? Oh, I'm not sure. When in doubt, it is also always best. You can just set your key to C and your scale to chromatic, and this gives you all the notes. You know, whoa, now, whoa, now, yeah. And as you can hear, guys, there's no real delay. Like, it's pretty damn tight. Whoa, 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 whoa. And vibrato seems really cool. It's picking up on it. So that's a really good thing. I definitely think this is a really cool tool to have in your arsenal, because out of all of the apps that do this, there ain't a lot that do it, pretty good. There are ones out there that have in-app purchases as well, and pretty much They have a lot of in-app purchases, a lot of additional things that you don't need. And what's good about this is it just does one thing. Yeah, this is one thing. Simple. Pete says this is super impressive. I think it is too, and you can understand. Let me just mute this mic here. You can understand why the developer has gone ahead and released this as a individual plugin, as opposed to getting it in his DAW that he sells, even though that DAW is cool, and you're going to see how cool that DAW is. Now, yes, you can use this on instruments, but now think about this, because this is a voice is a mono thing, so you got to keep that in mind. Could we grab a guitar quickly? Maybe. Why not? Who cares? We can do whatever we want on this show, can't we? There we go. We've got a guitar. I don't even know if I'm in tune. That's going to be fascinating. Who needs a tape destroyer? What do we got? Listen to that vibrato. What the hell? Interesting to find out what it sounds like on something like a piano. Just for shits and giggles, hey. Look at Audible, just stop. No, if now that you've told me to stop, fuck you. Now I'm just going to get worse. I guess we need to turn on a keyboard, don't we? Do you know there are people out there who will pay a fortune for that kind of effect on a piano? I'm not shitting you. Now remember, I have a shitload of vibrato on there. Fascinating, man. So, like with anything, you know, you can go ahead and create some really interesting sounds with something that's not made to do specifically that. So I think the effect I have on here is probably a bit of reverse in there as well. You can hear that happening. So cool. Multiple uses for it. As with anything, you know, use sparingly, in my opinion. But my opinion's worth shit. But definitely a really cool app, and I think worth the asking price of what, $6.99 if you're looking for something like this. And the beautiful thing is about it is you can carry it across wherever you want. You can go open it in Cubasis, you open it in GarageBand. If you don't like the GarageBand one, you want a little bit more flexibility and a little bit more power to play around with. It says here, so also can be used to correct vocals that are slightly out of tune. Yeah, and for creating robotic effects, like in popular songs. So the effect works best on mono tracks, of course. Stereo tracks, it's going to sound dog shit. Or dog shit might be the sound that you're looking for. It is what it is. Setting the correct key and scale will also improve the pitch correction quality. So, I mean, it just depends on what you want to do. You might be doing soundscapes and want to create some absolute utter noise and filth. Here's your thing. We can even give you a preview of what's going on with tomorrow's app. We'll wrap up now because we've got to get out of here. Tomorrow, we are looking at an app that, again, it's only the first couple of weeks of the year, and we have already had 2 stellar apps for this year. The first one is Sega Synth, in my opinion, and tomorrow's app we are looking at is called Wires. And man, this thing is the bee's knees. As soon as I turn it on, you can hear it. What's going on? What's that? So we'll leave this crazy effect on here with the vocal tune. Let's just throw in something like a MIDI here, and we'll put like text sequencer. We'll shoot this over to the piano. This is what we're looking at tomorrow. You ready? Let's get crazy. So what is Wires? Wires is a recreation of a Russian 1961 wire recorder. Instead of tape, they used wire, and they use this in the Secret Service, this machine in KGB, to send transmissions and stuff to during the Cold War, man, and all this kind of stuff. And it's been recreated by Heinbach and Audio Thang from a real unit, painstakingly, perfectly replicated, with even some tapes, some wire reels that came with it that actually have Secret Service people talking to each other that you can put over the top, use on your voice, do some incredible stuff. This thing is absolutely bananas. It is really, really high quality. It's been on PC for a little while now, but it's finally hit us here on iOS. Again, more desktop apps coming our way, making our iOS experience that little bit brighter. Yeah, so really excited about that, and really excited about my funny thumbnail I made for the show for tomorrow as well, which has me and Heinbach peeking over my shoulder. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Whatever, so this is coming up tomorrow. Good stuff. And I'll let you know too, I've got a few things up my sleeve of what's happening this week, but I can tell you this weekend on the opening hour, we have a very special performance performing Robin Cheyenne is on the show, coming and playing live for you all, sponsored by DistroKid. So that should be an amazing show. We've had Robin on the show for an interview. Who is the best drummer in GarageBand? I don't know. I reckon Kyle. But yeah, Kyle. Until you get better and get rid of them all together, because you know what? If you pay attention to the way the auto drummer works on GarageBand, you can become a better drummer yourself using the drum kit on GarageBand if you really want. No problem, Gary Hubbs. Always a pleasure to play your music. Pete Johns is up next, folks, with YML. I will automatically dump you over to his channel to go and check out some cool musicians from within this amazing community of artists and all that kind of jazz. Let's go out today with a bit of Pete Johns. Yeah? Well, with a bit of auto-tune on Pete Johns for Hold On. He's probably going, I hate you, Jade. But that's all right. I know he doesn't really hate me. Let's play a little bit of Hold On with auto-tune. Is it going to start? And I will see you tomorrow. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And we'll all rise together. Boom. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Grab a banana, na-na-na-na.
Life is long and you have much time.